Only 50 milligrams is enough to kill an adult. Just how terrifying is the most dangerous metal on Earth? As a radioactive metal element, uranium was initially not taken seriously and was even used to color glass and ceramics. It wasn't until 1938 when German physicists Hahn and Strassmann discovered in the laboratory that uranium nuclei could undergo fission and release huge amounts of energy that uranium began to be taken seriously by scientists and was honored to become fuel for nuclear reactors. However, before this discovery, goods colored with uranium continued to flow into the department store market. In New Jersey, USA, a teenager once found a long-sealed dish in his family's warehouse and brought it to school for a science experiment. To everyone's surprise, the dish was found to be highly radioactive during the science class, and both students and teachers were frightened until hazardous materials experts arrived on the scene, and everyone slowly calmed down. It is worth noting that anything related to nuclear reactions is likely to be very dangerous, and uranium is naturally very dangerous. After countless experiments, scientists were surprised to find that not only is uranium extremely powerful, but its half-life is also as long as 4.5 billion years, which means that land contaminated with oil will take at least 4.5 billion years to recover. However, in the eyes of some warmongers, this is just the best material for making atomic bombs. So during World War II, a uranium-containing atomic bomb was dropped over Hiroshima, Japan. The bomb, dropped by the United States, turned Hiroshima into a sea of fire and also caused the uranium in the bomb to rapidly spread with many radioactive rays such as alpha and beta rays. Those who escaped the sea of fire caused by the atomic bomb didn't have time to be happy as they were exposed to a large amount of radiation and suffered from various acute radiation sicknesses such as nausea, vomiting, and fever. Countless people died from radiation within a month. Even now, the explosion center is still the radioactive contamination zone that humans have entered. However, you may not know that this metal that is so dangerous to the extreme is eaten by us humans every day because uranium is widely present in soil, rocks, and water. Even the air you breathe every day can contain uranium, which attaches to dust and penetrates every corner of the earth with the help of wind and rain. According to data, on average, each person ingests at least 0.07 micrograms of uranium per day. But you don't have to worry too much, because such a tiny amount of uranium is mostly metabolized normally and will not cause any harm to the body. However, once the dose exceeds 50 milligrams, your kidney function will collapse, fail, and even be on the brink of death. The most frightening thing is that under long-term uranium radiation, the human body's kidneys and nervous system will not function normally, and the chance of getting cancer will greatly increase. The brain is also highly likely to undergo uncontrollable chemical reactions under the influence of uranium. Fragile pregnant women may also have miscarriages or even deformities in fetuses. But who would have thought that such a dangerous and terrifying metal would be made into toys by the American AC Gilbert toy company? This set of Gilbert U-238 atomic energy laboratory toys not only contains multiple radioactive sources but also 4 uranium ore specimens. Even more deadly is that in addition to uranium, this toy set also contains polonium-210, which is even more vicious than uranium, and only 0.1 micrograms is enough to kill an adult. All these deadly substances appeared on a children's toy, and I'm afraid that everyone who bought this toy at the time would be frightened. Even though the US government has now banned AC Gilbert from selling this toy set, many people still want to collect this most dangerous children's toy in history, and it can be said that they are playing with fire.